Growing up, most of us had the experience of going to the Little League fields early one Saturday morning, singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game with our teams and our friends, and watching the first pitch be thrown. Most of us, this was probably just, a fun childhood experience and one of the necessary parts of growing up. But for some of us, it was the moment we fell in love with the game and knew that we never wanted to stop playing. I'm going to inform you about the culture of playing softball, and you're probably wondering what this has to do with you and how you can benefit from this speech. As we get older, most of us will probably get married and have children of our own, and we will pass that experience we had of singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game onto our own children and give them something to fall in love with, if they so choose. I'm going to tell you about the experiences that I had in the positions that I played, and I'm going to tell you about what I think it means to play like a girl and about the family that I had, that I gained from playing softball. I played second and shortstop for most of my entire life, and most in high school, that was what I did. For those of you who do not know, these are the middle infield positions. They are between first and second and third. I may be biased, but I think that they are arguably the most important positions on the field. We cover a lot of ground in short amounts of time. We back up the pitcher and the entire infield. And when a ball is hit into the outfield, we are the cutoff. We are the cutoff for getting the ball back into the pitcher or, throwing it home to get an out. It just makes everything faster. We are involved in almost every play on the field. Hearing the phrase, you play like a girl, was often an insult to young adolescent boys. But to me, I think that playing like a girl means you play like a boy. It means that you're very strong and you work hard every day because you have something to prove, not only to all the people who look down on female sports, but to yourself, because you want to know that what you're doing and the sport you're in love with is worthwhile. Growing up playing softball for as long as I did, I had suffered many injuries, the most prominent being that I chipped all 4 of my front teeth in junior high, sliding into second base. I dislocated my finger my junior year, right before COVID happened, and I have permanent scars on my knees from laying out and catching balls that were out of my reach. I know lots of male athletes that would have not handled these injuries as well as I did. And that was proof to me that I was strong and that playing like a girl doesn't mean you're weak, but means that you can handle a lot more than you think you can and what other people think you can. Finally, I'm going to tell you about the family I gained from playing softball for about 14 years. There are 9 girls on a field, and there's most of the time about 5 or 6 more on the bench. You practice with these girls every day. You play games with them twice a week. You go to tournaments with them at the beginning of the season. And if you play select softball, which is just competitive softball outside of high school or Little League, you're going to tournaments with your team every weekend, all the time, year round. You're forced to be around these girls for extended periods of time. And if you don't bond with them, your team dynamic won't work and you won't be very good. So this forced time, when you bond with them, these girls became some of my best friends, and they are the family that I chose for myself. And I'm sure I was forced to be around them, but, I got to pick them and who was going to be a permanent fixture in my life. And often that they're the only people I keep in touch with in high school. And it gives kids the opportunity to learn how to make friends, and, it gives them someone that they know that they can trust and that they choose to be part of their family. Softball gives children, specifically little girls, an opportunity to learn the real meaning of playing like a girl and the opportunity to pick their own family and know what it means to have that bond with someone other than their blood relatives. Kids often need an outlet for that pent-up energy and the emotions that they don't know how to express. And for me and for our future children, softball can and will be that outlet.